Good morning all of you. In the last class we have discussed about units of different items of work and some important terms that are associated with estimation. Now we will discuss about some more terms that are associated with estimation. Let us discuss about the first term, that is plinth area. So, plinth area is the built up covered area of a building measured at floor level. For example, this is a plan of single room building, and this one is the wall thickness at the superstructure level or at floor level, and this dotted portion will represent the plinth offset. So, while calculating the plinth area, it is measured by taking the external dimension of the building from the external dimension of the building at the floor level. That means we have to take the length out to out and breadth out to out. By multiplying these two, we will get the plinth area of the building. But while calculating the plinth area, we should not consider the plinth offset. Okay. Then plinth offset, that means plinth area, will not include any open areas and cantilever projections. In short, plinth area will includes the following. First point is all area of all floors. Second one is area under the area occupied under the wall, and it will include the area of internal shafts for any sanitary accommodation if the area is less than 2 square meter. And plinth area does not include the cantilever projections, the enclosed balconies, the internal area of the internal shaft which is more than 2 square meter. So, this is all about your plinth area. Then let us discuss about next term, that is floor area. Next term is floor area. Floor area is the area of wall in between walls. That means it generally covers the area of all floors, including the area of passages, corridors, your kitchen, sanitary accommodations, store, etc. So, in short, we can define floor area as the plinth area minus area occupied by wall. That means floor area, suppose this is the plan, floor area is the area occupied between the walls. So, we will consider by multiplying the corresponding length and breadth, we will calculate the total area of the floor. This is your floor area, that means the area covered under the between the walls. But it will not include the area of door sills or openings. The lower portion of the door is known as door sill. So, it will not include the area of door sill or opening. It will not include the area that is covered under your column, your wall and any intermediate support. So, we can write it as floor area is equal to plinth area minus area occupied by walls. As we have discussed, plinth area is the out to out dimension. Plinth area is calculated by taking the out to out dimension of the building at floor level, whereas floor area is the area in between the walls. So, we can write it as floor area is equal to plinth area minus area occupied by walls. Next term is circulation area. Circulation area is the floor area of passages, corridors, staircase, lift, etc., which are used for movement by the persons using the building. So, circulation area includes area of passages, corridors, staircase and lift, which are generally used by the persons for movement. Again, the circulation area is divided into two parts. First one is your horizontal circulation area. Second one is vertical circulation area. So, horizontal circulation area. So, horizontal circulation area cover the area which are used, cover the area of passages and corridors which are generally used for horizontal movement of the persons, and it is generally about 10 to 15% of the plinth area. And your vertical circulation area is the area covered under your staircase and lift which are used for vertical movement of the persons using the building, and it is generally about 4 to 5% of the plinth area. 4 to 5% of plinth area, and this is considered as 10 to 15% of plinth area. Let us discuss about the next term, that is carpet area. Carpet area is the useful or livable area, and it is equal to floor area minus circulation area minus other areas such as your sanitary accommodations, your kitchen, store, garages, etc. As for, in short, carpet area excludes the following: first one is sanitary accommodation, means bathroom, toilet, kitchen, store, then your corridors, passages. So, carpet area does not include these areas. So, we can write it as carpet area is equal to plinth area minus circulation area and minus the other unusable areas. So, for example, generally the carpet area of an office building is about 60 to 75% of the plinth area, and in case of residential building it is about 50 to 65% of the plinth area. So, for office building generally we consider it as 60 to 75% of the plinth area, and for residential building it is 50 to 65% of the plinth area. So, this is all about for today's class. In the next class we will discuss about different methods of building estimate. Thank you.